you would probably sacrifice a lot to make sure it happens. And then when people look at you crazy, ask why you're suffering, why you're pushing so hard for something that they don't understand, it's because they're playing in a world where they are working to pay bills. We're playing in a world where I'm working to be fulfilled and to live a life of purpose. Nights are getting longer. Winter is coming. Today was hard. Today was harder. Today was probably the hardest to wake up so far. Day 3 of going for a run. It is almost 7 o'clock now. Got up at 6 instead of 5. We switched sleeping locations as we move on to the next project, or the next stage in our journey. Time is moving fast. Decisions have to be made. We can't do everything all at once. Lately, I've been focused on doing something. Listening to a lot of Alex Hormozi, he keeps pushing this idea that you have to do more, that you're not doing the right work. It got me thinking that with people who want to do a lot of things all at once, maybe there's a point where you are at that stage, if that makes sense. Right now, the goal is just doing something enough that you start having free time in between it, and then you add something else on. If you have a million things and you can't even do one thing, then you're trying to figure out how to do multiple things at once without even being able to make progress in one. That's where I'm at right now. One thing at a time. Compartmentalize. When it's on, it's on. It's only this thing. And then ends. Now it's this. Only this thing. And then now it's this. So this morning, every morning, pushing myself to be uncomfortable, to be consistent, doing something that I don't want to do, tired, hungry, tired. But honestly, it feels good. I'm up right now. Just as we established on day 1, when you're late, it doesn't matter. Get up and do the thing anyway. You know, if you want to run in the mornings or go to the gym in the morning, but you wake up late and then you have work, you gotta go after work. Go after work. Your goal is to show up every single day. For me, an hour late, 2 hours late, doesn't matter. I'm still here, I'm still going. Done. You show up for you. And this translates because every stage of entrepreneurship, kind of every stage of being a good human, I want to change that wording from good human, but I don't know what the effective word is. There can be good people who aren't doing this route, but all of the most successful people, and I don't just mean financial, always do this. Always do Gods Among Men. Always do Arete, our program that we've defined years ago. They all do it. You're not a better human. You're not a good human by doing it. Maybe you're an empowered human. Maybe you're a human that's in control. You now have full agency in your life to do what you want, when you want to. You have the support of your resources financially. You have the discipline that it takes to get it done. You read so you're educated on most topics, ancient and new. You communicate and value networking, so you have a group of people that you can call when you need something, and they've got your back, and you've got theirs when they need something from you as well. You're also physically fit, and you meditate, so you're emotionally aware, and your identity is strong, because pairing meditation with journaling keeps you locked onto who you are, where you are, what you're feeling about everything, which allows you to communicate how you actually feel and what you actually want to everyone. You're emotionally calm, you're collected, you're in control because of meditation. You're also calm, collected because of journaling. And now when something comes across your path, you know, just like I said yesterday, you have to face the fear, or the fear will jump out and startle you and make you freeze. It'll catch you off guard. But if you see the fear and you face it on your own, fear no longer has the power to stop you in your tracks. Now it's a decision that you're making to walk regardless of fear. You push on. So here we are, early in the morning, uncomfortable, late, which weighs on me. Scared of what we have ahead of us. It feels like it's impossible to do the things that we want to do. Maybe it is. Maybe it's highly unlikely. Maybe it's incredibly improbable. I've been discouraged by almost everyone for almost everything since I decided to be an entrepreneur. For the past decade or so. And for the things in front of us, it's not changed. That's scary. That's a lot of risk. You can't do that. Time to run. Day 3. Making it to here. Much easier now. We were out of breath on day 1. Right about here, I think. Now I can run all the way nonstop and further. Right about to like here. Goes fast. Goes very fast. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm tired. Hungry. I want some coffee. And I want to make $1 million. Let's go. Why do we aspire for greatness? Why do we push our bodies further for more? How do you find your purpose? Honestly, I think it's a matter of choosing your purpose. Okay, how do you choose your purpose? I would begin thinking about the things that you're very passionate about. Passionate as in you would probably sacrifice a lot to make sure it happens. For example, if somebody's in a burning building, or maybe your cat is, you might run in. That kind of passion. You're willing to sacrifice a lot for it. And if you can't think of anything like that you're willing to dedicate your life to, think about the things that you dislike strongly, because that's another form of passion. For me, I really, really like exploring, learning, enhancing. Those are my passions. Helping people. My negative passions are I dislike suffering and death. So I want to help. I want to heal. I want to protect. Now those are 6 or 7 things that I can turn into lifelong goals. I can align my career. I can align my daily habits. And since I want to be in business, I can align the businesses to do one of those 7 things. And I know that at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to compromise me because it's not about money. It's about protecting people. It's about healing people. And I'm going to make the decision to make sure that that happens. And that's what you hold on to strongly. And then when people look at you crazy, ask why you're suffering, why you're pushing so hard for something that they don't understand, it's because they're playing in a world where they are working to pay bills. We're playing in a world where I'm working to be fulfilled and to live a life of purpose, dedicated to something that I would sacrifice for willingly. See you guys in the next one.